Oh, hello. I see you have big hair today, so that's nice, isn't it? Let's see. We're doing sources of religious belief and teachings to do with contraception. So let's find what they are. The first question is the Humanae Vitae says that every sexual act should have the possibility of creating new life. Explain why many Catholics agree with this belief. This all comes down to natural law. So they think that the world has been shaped a certain way, following certain laws, and there's something which is natural. And when you have sex, it is natural that you have a child. That is natural law. And if you go against that, you hinder the natural processes. Who has made it possible for you to have a child when you have sex? God. Why? Because you need to have children. So if you go against that and hinder that natural process, you're going against God. That's the reason, or that's at least one of the reasons. Then the next question is number two. The Lambeth Conference agreed that artificial conception could be used in light of Christian principles. What do you think this means? The Lambeth Conference is on the Anglican side, the Church of England side, the Protestant side. So these are the guys who says that it can be used in certain circumstances. And what they say is, first of all, it has to be used responsibly. So that means you cannot use it as nilly-willy contraception for one night stand, but it can be used instead within marriage for serious reasons. And those serious reasons could be health of the parents, or health of another child which needs the parents. It can be for economic reasons or against economic hardship, or it can be responsible family planning. So every child should be loved. So how many people can you master to love? And within those, you can use conception. And but it must not be used to avoid the responsibility of marriage, because one of the responsibilities of marriage is to have children. So if you use it for your whole life, and this is, well, I'm married and I just happened never to have any children because I use conception, then you're not being responsible. That is going against Christian principles. The Christian principles is have children. So it can be used for a time period for serious reasons, but not forever. And then because marriage means an openness to children. So if you're going into a marriage, for instance, that you and your partner do not want to have marriage, then you haven't gone into marriage and you're cheating your partner from what she or he thought he was going to get, and that was children. So it can be used but not abused. There you are. That's the Lambeth Conference. The third question is, in Genesis, God tells Adam and Eve to be fruitful and increase in numbers. That's Genesis 1:28. And that basically means that it says in Genesis, Adam and Eve told to be fruitful and increase in numbers. What do you think Christians use this argument to? Why do you think some Christians use this argument to oppose the use of conception? Oh, it's quite simple, isn't it? It is straightforward. Fruitful and multiply. That means the two people get more children. And if you use conception, you're basically just going against that. You're hindering multiplying. So, and that means that this is a command. You have been given a command to replenish the earth. And because of that, that's what you got to do. Have some children. It's a command by God. It's a duty by Christians. Number four is, some Buddhists consider conception that works by preventing fertilized eggs from implanting in the womb, such as morning after pill, that break the first moral precept. Now, let's see. The first moral precept is to abstain from killing. Now, it's not only the morning after pill, it's also the IUS or the IUD. So the IUS or the IUD, for instance, means that it sits in the womb, and that means that even if the egg is fertilized, it cannot place itself against the lining of the womb. And that means when it tries to place itself against the lining of the womb, it will die, because the IUS or the IUD, either through chemical or through copper, has made the womb inhospitable. It means that for two reasons. It means life has already started at the moment of conception. That's the first reason, which is probably easy to understand. Sperm means eggs, conception happens, life begins. But there's another reason as well the Buddhists are against it. They think that when you die, your consciousness stops, but it immediately takes on another life form, which means it never stops, it never starts, it just flows over. So that it is actually stopping consciousness in whatever shape it was in that form. So it might be easy to understand with conception, but actually from another point of view, consciousness never stopped. It just went from one person, animal, whatever, to that particular embryo. And then you are killing that consciousness, because first moral precept is abstain from killing. So that's two reasons, and you can choose this one you want. Number 5, having children is not considered to be a sacred duty in Buddhism. I thought about that one. It says, do you think they should be able to support or oppose the use of conception? I cannot actually find any reason to oppose conception from that point of view. So the only thing I can find is to support it. So they will, first of all, you can write this down. It's not a sacred duty to have children. The Buddha didn't say have children. There's no one in the Jataka that says that you have to have children. There's nothing about it. It's a Christian idea of having duty. So because on duty, you can choose yourself whether you want to have children or not, which means you can use contraception. And some people say it's even skillful to use contraception if you go against the health of the mother, if you go for economic reasons or responsible family planning. However, there's one point that I found is that they will not use contraception forever, because it's all about respect for your parents. Your parents brought you into life, and that means they carried out their duties because they're soon going to die, and then they brought in the next generation, which has happened thousands of times before them. If you do not carry on that tradition, then you're breaking that tradition and you're not taking your family responsibility seriously. So that can be a reason to oppose. It's the only reason I can find to oppose conception, because you are showing disrespect to your parents. But that's only if you do conception forever and never have children. So they are kind of like a little bit like a Lampus tradition, in that sense that you can use conception for the right reasons, but not forever. And in that's regard with the respect to your parents. But there's no duty. There's no God telling what to do. Cheers, thanks.